Hey, this is Blue Eyes Master 91, and I thought I would do a couple of test hands for my Attic Nister deck, so let's get on into it. So, this is our starting hand. This is definitely a going second deck, so generally speaking, at least, you want to try to go second when you can. So, let's assume that's what's going to happen now. So, our opponent's going to do whatever they're going to do, and then it'll be our draw. So, next, we can do this. We can use Sunnet Mining on Gachi to add Chi-Chi to hand. We'd then normal summon Picari, which will allow us to add the field spell to hand. We'd use the field spell, and then we would link Picari away. We would go into the first copy of our Dark Infant. And because we have nothing on our main monster zone, we can special summon out a Chi-Chi. With a Chi-Chi on the field, we can now go back into our deck, search out a copy of Doyon. We'd then use these two to link summon. We'd go into Splash Mage at that point. And then we would special summon out Doyon, which his effect would allow us to add Kari back to hand. Yeah, that works. And then Splash Mage's effect would activate, which would allow us to resummon out our Chi-Chi. We would then link summon again. We would go into our copy of Dark Templar Attic Nister. And once again, because our board is empty, we would special summon using Ignister Island Picari, which would then allow us to use him to link summon. And this is where things get interesting, because now Effect 1, Effect 2, or Chain 1, Chain 2, Infant's effect would allow you to move him over a spot, and then Templar's effect, oh, he's also now a divine monster, not dark, because that's his added effect. But then we are now allowed to special summon 3 monsters to zones that Templar points to. And then what we would do next is we would send Fire, Light, Divine, and Dark. Huh. Interesting. To the grave to go into the Arrival. And he would only have 4,000 attack points, but it would work. We'd also send Doyon away to go into a copy of Ling Kuribo. And then we'd finish the turn off with our Feather Duster, if they have any back row. We would then attack with our Arrival Attic Nister and then another 300 points from Lingaribo. Be their turn. Let's say they try to search. We can Ash. And then it'd be our turn again. We can use Pot of Avarice to our advantage. To return the 3 basics, Splash Mage, and 1 infant to the extra deck and the main deck respectively, as well as getting to draw 2 cards, which is always a good thing. We can then normal summon out Picari, which would allow us to gain access to another copy of I Show, or AI Agnesser Island, my bad. We could then play Eye Contact because we have this. We set it on the bottom of the deck and draw 3. We can set that, and these 2 can be used to go into Splash Mage again. Unfortunately, Splash Mage's effects wouldn't work, but that's okay. Have to be those one this card points to. Actually, his effect would work. So we can special summon our Dark Templar. Which would then allow us to go into a copy of Access Code. And that would be game. So, it's a pretty fun deck. It's quick. I'll do a couple more test stands real quick. So once again, let's assume we're going second. Our opponent tried to search, so we'll Ash. And then it'd be our turn. We draw. We'd immediately set. We'd use Senate Mining, discarding Arachichi to add Picari. We'd normal summon out Picari, which would allow us to gain access to our field spell, which we would instantly play. We then use Picari to link summon. Dark Infant. And because nothing is in our main monster zone, we can special summon out Doyon, which would give us access to a Chi-Chi. We can then link away again. For Splash Mage, Ignister Island to summon out a Chi-Chi. His effect would go off. To add Booru to hand. Splash Mage's effect would activate, allowing us to resummon out Doyon. Then go ahead now. So wait. We can send these two away. Actually, why would I resummon out? Oh, well. To go into Dark Templar. Unfortunately, we normal summon this turn, so that's a slight issue. What we can do next, though, is... I would leave it at this, actually, for the turn. So it'll be our opponent's turn. They would likely kill off the Chi-Chi. And then it'd be our draw. So next... I would use Ignister Island to special summon out Booru, which would allow me to send... Copy a Doshin away. Then I would use Booru to link summon. Into a copy of Dark Infant. And just like last time, Dark Infant would be moved, turned into a divine creature, and then wind, lightning, or light, and earth would be summoned. I believe their effects are not negated. Oh, actually, I don't need this one then. I'd actually go with a Chi-Chi. The effects are negated, so I can't use any of their effects, but because I do have an Ignister on the field, I can normal summon, or special summon out Hiyari, which then I can use all 5 monsters in my main monster zone, plus Dark Templar to go into the Arrival. I can Feather Duster out the back row, and that would be game. So this deck has a lot of versatility. It has a lot of power behind it. It's a Towers deck, so knowing that you have to build according, if you want it to be strictly going to second deck, that's what you have to build for. Whereas some decks, you can build them to go either way. Most, you do have to decide one way or the other, especially if they are in the meta. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, go ahead and drop a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.